morning and welcome to lesson 6. So let's begin the day by gently closing the eyes down and allowing ourselves to settle into our seats. I invite you to relax your shoulders, relax your jaw, soften in the belly, and just come to noticing your breath for a moment or two. Just be aware of sitting here right now, breathing in and breathing out. Then we'll bow our heads to our hearts and offer our statement to the universe. We begin this day in gratitude. We open our hearts and we surrender to love. We ask love and light to lead the way through the minutes and the hours of this new day. We welcome joy, fun, and abundant prosperity. We recognize that all encounters are wholesome and that all experiences can be met with a peaceful heart that is anchored in the truth that we are one, we are love, we are free. We release these words and so we let it be. So here we go, lesson 6. I am upset because I see something that is not there. And what this is saying is that we're seeing illusions. The exercises with this idea are very simple, similar to the preceding ones. Again, it is necessary to name both the form of the upset, such as anger, worry, depression, and so on, and the perceived source, very specifically for any application of the idea. For example, I am angry at mom because I see something that is not there. I am worried about my holidays because I see something that is not there. Today's idea is useful for the application to anything that seems to upset you and can profitably be used throughout the day for that purpose. However, the 3 or 4 practice periods which are required should be preceded by a minute or so of mind searching, as before, and the application of the idea to each upsetting thought uncovered in the search. Again, if you resist applying the idea to some upsetting thoughts more than others, remind yourself of the 2 cautions stated in the previous lesson. There are no small upsets. They are all equally disturbing to my peace of mind. And I cannot keep this form of upset and let others go. For the purposes of these exercises, I will regard them all as the same. So major things and minor things are all to be included. Okay, so let's take a moment and just see what crosses our mind when we say, I am upset because I see something that is not there. So here we go. Gently close the eyes down. A little bit of mind searching, not rooting around too much. The things generally seem to just pop up. And when you're ready, gently bringing yourself back. So I'm going to use an example from yesterday. I'm staying in a hotel, and it's probably not exactly my dream hotel or my dream situation. And I went down to have breakfast yesterday morning, and the breakfast room was huge and it was jammers with people. And I felt a little agitated and irritated. And, when I apply this lesson, I realize that my upset is that I want things to look a particular way. There is nothing wrong with the hotel. There is nothing wrong with the breakfast room. There is nothing wrong with the amount of people that are there. And, my upset is because things aren't exactly as I would like them to be. And that is I, the ego, the small I. In truth, everything, was perfect. And in fact, it became an opportunity to use this lesson because I started to realize that I had a set notion in my mind of what things should look like. And then I had a judgment of how things were. And when I realized this, I knew I had a choice. And the choice was to make peace with this. So I can choose peace. And as I chose peace, I began to notice all the wonderful things about where I was. So I started to, see the different couples having breakfast, the joy of children on their holidays. I started to see the orchestration of how the staff worked the room, which was just done with such finesse. And everything started to shift and change because I had this shift in consciousness. Because I had moved away from love, I had moved away from peace, and I had got caught up in this illusionary world. So, Shakespeare tells us that all the world's a stage and we the players on it. And we're all in this great big play and we think it's real and we reinforce what's, not perfect about the play all the time. And we begin to create a place that feels tight and uncomfortable instead of having this like wonderful paradise that we could have while we're here in a body. And so that little shift in consciousness is what's needed. And that's what the miracle is a shift in consciousness. Another example of this lesson was harboring anger towards my mother for a very, very long time in my life because she didn't respond to something in the way that I would have liked her to respond. And of course, we have these beliefs that we take on, that we build upon. And of course, my mother has those same beliefs as well. She was programmed just like I was. And she's playing her part perfectly. And, I'm responding to the part she's playing. And again, recognizing that there is choice. And, thankfully today I have an exquisite relationship with my mom. But for a very long time, I was angry. And I wasn't angry for the reason I thought. I was angry because I thought I was separate from my mother. I thought I was separate from love, So coming home to recognize that we are love and that we are one with love is where we begin to find our peace. So you're invited to practice this lesson again today a few times. Again, you may not fully understand it and just realize that that's okay. We keep building on the lessons and we keep deepening our understanding and our awareness begins to grow. So right now you're asked to just put it aside and you're just going to pull it out another few times later on in the day, maybe in the middle of the day and again this evening. But for now, we're just going to release it, let it go, and we'll have some quiet time. So gently closing your eyes down, dropping your awareness down into your heart. Take a big, deep breath into your belly. And blow it out gently as you draw your navel back to your spine. And again, deep breath into the belly. Gently blowing out, take your navel back to your spine. And one more time, deep breath in. And navel back to spine. And then rest into your heart. And as your awareness is in your heart, just draw a little smile to your face, smiling at your heart center. Gently lifting the corners of your mouth. Visualizing a beautiful red color as you smile at your heart. And then we'll take a little time in silence. If your mind wanders, just gently come back to smiling at your heart. Taking a breath in. Exhale, drop your chin into your chest. Gently open your eyes with your gaze downwards. Draw your gaze up. Maybe have a little stretch for yourself. And from my heart to yours, have a wonderful day.